Welcome to another episode of Dash Talk, where the talk is always disturbing, also stimulating and humorous. As you can see, I got a lot of guests with me today, and I got the lovely Dr. Marty down here at this end, and our other book end is Dr.Dwayne Buckingham. And today they're going to be doing the interviews. Got my guys in here with me, man. We got Dre up here up top, Meechy behind me. We got Kwani sitting over here. Come down. You got T Money right here. We got Lil J. Then we got Levi Ferrari. And you know who I am. But we're going to get right into this.
You gotta go be nasty. You can put back
Cause I don't like him. He said he him too. I'm him. He said he him too though. Nah, this be nasty though right here. We got be nasty right here, and we gonna get right into the interview.
Wonderful. Well, first of all, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys today. And what I'm loving about what we're about to do is that this is going to be raw. You don't even know what we're going to ask. And what I love is that we're going to just be operating from energy, meaning that we sharing this space and we just going to be as honest as we possibly can, because you all are representing a movement in our city that I can't necessarily say is always a positive movement because of the systemic issues that have been plaguing us in our city of St. Louis for a very long time, way before you all was born. Like, this is not new, but we are now starting to hear the terms like prison to from pipeline prison to pipeline is what it is. And I want to know, were all of you all locked up together at one time? And that's where you all met? Is that wow? Okay, so who would like to talk about that in terms of, because are you all from, let me ask this, are you from the same parts of St. Louis? Wow. Okay. For those who are watching right now, that's a really big deal, because one thing we know for sure, the way we move about in St. Louis, we represent the set and the street and the block that you from. So then to go somewhere where it's all different individuals, and yet and still you all have been able to build a brotherhood, you have to share with us how this happened. So can we pass the mic real quick and just say what area you from?
I'm from North County, Jennings.
Okay, Jennings. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from the Jeff Vanderloo area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. From Margaret, you know.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, so I'm from Margaret, North Side, North City.
Okay, I'm Lynn Shree. Okay, what's up?
He's all in shit.
North County, Spanish Lake.
Thanks for missing me, Dash. But I'm Vine, Walnut Park, North Side. Yeah.
Well, Dr.Dwayne Buckingham. I'm actually from JVL, born and raised.
I'm Dre. I'm from North County, Dalewood.
What part of our county?
Dalewood.
Yeah. Yeah, from the west side, Holdemont.
Wow. I used to live on Hamilton too. Hamilton, okay. Oh, that's the other side. Oh, look at how you want to see what I'm saying.
North side,
North side?
Vanderbilt Natural Bridge.
Okay.
So what we like to do too, because you all literally are on here and you're right to share with the world the powerful what you do. So before we do that, we know where you're from, a little bit about how you end up in prison, because we know you all met prison and this was birthed from that state. But if you all wouldn't mind sharing, how did you end up in prison? How much time did you spend? And then why is this important to you? Like, why did you decide to participate in this, even in prison? And then you can share like how it was actually birthed to come outside of those prison walls, if you want to, share that. Um,
So let's do one or two at a time.
one at a time.
Yeah,
Just
one
say,
question.
one question at a time. The first question being, why did you go to prison? How long? And then why is this important to you? That's tied into that. All right.
Again, I'm Vaughn. I went to jail, to prison, first degree robbery, armed criminal action. I got sentenced to 10 years. I did 9 years on the 10. I got 6 months left on parole. And treated guys.
So this is important for you to do because
This is important for me because again, this is a brotherhood. This is something that it's meaningful. It's impactful. I met these dudes in a vulnerable state, and we all shared our own vulnerability. And, you know what I'm saying, camaraderie and likeness. We all black. You know what I'm saying. We all come from a struggle. We all got a story. So it was easy, you know what I'm saying, for me to find the like-minded individuals and start something. You know what I'm saying? It's all based on love. Yeah, we fight just like everybody else, but you know what I'm saying? It's love. It's genuine. So that's how we rock.
you just said something that I would like to interject real quick. Who actually started this group?
Oh man. Founding members.
Okay. Okay.
Like it was all of us came up with it. Though. I came up with it, and it's like I probably knew T Money or he knew Vaughn,
Somebody else pulled
and
him in.
we all just came together, just being the guys. We all just stuck together in jail, and we looked out for each other. Whether it's they needed some food, assistance, but whatever, we was there for each other.
Okay. Well, while you have the mic, tell us, answer the question that Dr. Buckingham mentioned.
I did. Well, my name Jay. I was sentenced to 15 years for first degree robbery. I did 13 years, 9 months on it. Like you said, it's a brotherhood. I love the guys. We stick together still. We still keeping up with each other. So we all got it tatted on the low. So yeah,
Wow.
it is what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah. What else?
Okay.
So
You want
yeah,
pass
he
the mic?
inky too. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So the question is, what did you do and why are you here? Why is this
My
important?
name Levi Ferrari. I got sent first degree robbery, armed criminal action. I got sentenced to 10 years. I did 9 on it. I've been off parole for 2 years now.
Okay. Wow. I got a question for you when we come back around, but let's get everybody else in.
Yeah, T Money. I did 12 and a half years on a 14-year bid for a robbery. You know, but it's like, man, life changing events happen. That's all I can say, man. So like when we get more into it, like man, it's gonna be real.
What's up? I'm Dre. Got sentenced to 17 years, second degree murder, did 14 and a half on it. As far as all of us meeting, I mean, I think we first like got a relation on a common affiliation back then. That's how I think that it mostly started. But I mean, we all did a lot of time. So like, you know what I'm saying, as you do time and you're away from your family, you know what I'm saying, this become your family. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the other stuff gets stripped away and you start seeing people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So wasn't no fake stuff. We all was away from our family. We didn't have to do for each other. You know, we all made sure each other was good. And I think that just continuing out here, I mean, as far as why I'm here, you know, my brother gave me a call. That's all he got to do is call one of us, two of us. We all gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. So that's just how we rock. I mean, you know, we support each other businesses, and you know, we always better as a team than apart. I think we all know that. You know what I'm saying? Think everybody the same. So I feel comfortable in this space. You hear me? It reminds me of old. You know what I'm saying? Glad to see everybody doing good though, taking care of their families. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, right here. It's just proud to see, like, and I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
They're real touchy, man. Real touchy, B.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Mitchy, man. I did I got sentenced 10 years, 2 first degree robberies, 2 ACAs, did 8.5 on it. But yeah, what Brody was talking about. Uh yeah, a lot of times we cried with each other, ate with each other, fought with each other, you know, we bump heads, and that was going on for years. So them bonds, they be stronger than a lot of people we grew up with on the street, you know. So yeah, never leave my brother. Free the guys, that's the movement. And I'm rocking. You heard me?
Quantity, I had 10 years. You know what I'm saying? First degree robbery, first degree assault. And I grew up with these dudes, you know what I'm saying? I came to the joint young, so I did 9 years on mine too. Lost a couple days. It happened, but I'm home now, so.
Dash. Uh, got 15 years on the second degree robbery. Had did did 7 years on it. So I got 8 years of parole left. But it's it's unfortunate. It'll be all right though. Uh, but this is important to me though because these guys being around them is the reason why I started this podcast or started my company. Period. Because I saw so many dudes that felt like they didn't have a choice or an option when they was out in the streets. And it may seem like that or look like that when that's the only option being presented. But if somebody else show you something different, if I can show you, hey, if you sell these t-shirts or you sell this lemonade and you can get money the same way dude on the corner getting that money, then I can change your life. I can guide you in a different direction and change our community to where it's not a bunch of guys sitting around like this that had to meet in the setting that we met in. You know, we came from where we came from. We passed there and we doing way better now. But I want to help people skip that step. Learn from us. Learn from what you see and what you hear instead of having to actually experience it. And so that's why this is important to me. And so, that's what we got going on.
Wow, you all are amazing. Let me just say that I want to thank you all for your transparency and just being honest about it. And what I heard is that 99% of you all in here have had armed criminal action through robbery. My question right now would be, how would you all have each other's back if one of the brothers right now came in facing a financial situation, and to keep him from going back and doing what you've done in the past, or what might have been comfortable at one time, maybe even the way you grew up, maybe it was the environment that you was in and around the people that you were around. So to save him right now, like, what is something that you all would say to one another if one of you all came in and was like, hey, look, I got a situation, I'm trying not to go back out there and do that? How would you all pull together to protect that brother and uplift him in that moment? Anybody can answer that.
Again, we're gonna be real honest and genuine around here. It's nothing for one of us to call on one of each other and be like, hey, this is going on with me. You know what I'm saying? I need some help, or can you look out? It ain't nothing for me to be like, hey, listen, pit ass dude, I ain't got what you're looking for, but I got this, you know what I'm saying? Or you go with this. I got to go. Call Jay, or you know what I'm saying? Call Dash, and it just be that. Versus me, the alternative, going back to what we came up under, whatever it may be, was robbing, selling drugs, or committing crime. Giving letting that be the way to your financial gain. You know what I'm saying? Trying to create an alternative, and that's something big for me.
Do you all have something in place where there's no questions asked? Like, if you need something, this is how we move. These are the steps we take.
I have called my partner, like came through in the clutch. I think that goes for any one of us. Not saying that, like I have. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm fucked up. Woo, where you at? Shit, bro, ain't no say no more. Bro, hit me with a good 40. I probably needed some gas money, or probably just needed something. I don't know. He ain't question. I said, bro, I got it. He ain't ask for it back. He ain't look for it back. It might be on the back end that he might ask me for something. It ain't gonna be no question. Or I could have probably asked. He probably answered his phone. I probably could have asked Vaughn. He probably would have said, "Nigga, fuck you." I don't know. Shit, your pet ass, you ain't give me that last 20. I'm like, don't do me like that, bro. I need you this time, bro. If I stress it, I know I really, really need it. He like, nope. Like, but he might still. He gonna do it though. He might call me back though. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and that's the same way with me though. It's like I feel like at the same time, like it is a brotherhood. Like I know it's times I call leave out for work. You know what I mean? For something. You're for real, like for real. You're, know what I mean? Let me hold some, gave it right back to him.
Yeah, he did.
My bro Dash, you hear me? Gave it right back to him. Dre, same thing. Like we like, man, it's no questions asked. Yeah, we gonna be there for each other though.
What would be the difference now than what it was before? Because I would imagine that you resulted to responding or reacting in the way that you did before because you felt like you couldn't call somebody. Was that the situation, or were you caught up in just that was just your way or your environment?
I feel like what you talking about back then?
Yeah,
Beforehand?
back then, beforehand. Like now, you know, it ain't worth us going back.
Nah, I feel like when we out there, when we living like that, when we was young, like I know what got me in jail.
Okay.
Once I stopped working my job and I started being 100% in the street.
I need you to say that in the mic because I want to make sure everybody hears that. That's important information.
Yeah. Like once what got me locked up was what I realized I was working every day. I was going to school every day. I was disciplined in doing that. Then when I stopped working and I started just focusing on the streets more and more and more, I would start doing more stuff, popping X pills, I'm in the club more. I mean, a lot of stuff happening within a week that you probably don't even like, yeah, you capping. It's just how you living for real. It's just you just get caught up doing so much stuff that you probably got away with 8 months ago that you got to respect it when you get sentenced. Like I wasn't even mad when I got locked up. I just respected, like, man, I did so much stuff, man. They got me. Wow. And I respected it and will realize I already know what I need to do. Let me make sure I get my GUYZ. Let me make sure I got some clean piss. Let me make sure I can get the job I can get. Let me make sure I'm back working because I already know what got me locked up. Let me make sure if I stay working and stay, all right, bro, I'm on this, I'm on my son, I'm on this what I'm on. I know what it was.
So what you're speaking to is really important for the audience to know is we asked you all how much time and where you're from, but the why. Right. Because what it boils down to, none of us lose our freedom. There's a reason behind why you lose your freedom. Yeah. And so if we want them to understand for each one of you, what was your why? Because you just said,
I knew my why.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew my why.
Exactly where you was going, and we all have a what? Choice. So the question would be, what was your why that you say at the end of the day you chose? Because I like what you said, because you didn't play business. Because you said, I made some decisions, I own my decisions, so when I got that time, I accepted because I did the crime. So the question is, what is your why? Why did you end up in this situation, and what would you do different to prevent you from being in this situation again? We said that you can count on your family now if you're in need, but what would you do different from what you did then? Because that why that caught you here is probably still beneath. And so if you don't understand and process that why, don't you think it can happen again? What was your why? What was your why? Why did you do what you do?
For me going to prison was because like I had to grow up fast. You know what I'm saying? I come from that stigma of repression. Your parents came from this, so you subjected to this. So it's what you saying. This is how you was brought up. So now you gotta react. I had to grow up fast. You know, my mama got immune deficiency disease, the black community, sickle cell anemia. So I seen a lot of stuff. I had to grow up fast. I was without father in and out. You know what I'm saying? So their relationship was rocky. So I was in it. You know what I mean? So when I was out committing crimes, doing whatever I had to do, kick doors, whatever it was, making money. You know. So when I went to prison, I understood. Like it hit me different. You know, hearing just like 10 years. Oh, I'm like, damn, 10 years? How do I do this? It was foreign to me. So like I sat down in the pulpit and I was like, damn, 10 years? I'm young though, I can do it. And that's what I did. So going into it, I knew it was just like adjustment. How do I adjust? I adjusted well. I learned what I needed to learn to get me through. And I believe for me, that was the most important part. That I went to prison and learned how to be a man. I mean, I seen what not to do. I came from what not to do. Now it's what to do. You know what I mean? So laws, betterment of self, locking into self, understanding self, who I am as a man as it pertains to religion, knowledge, and power. And so with that being said, with me recognizing self, I'm able to spread that knowledge and respect amongst my brothers. So nah, we ain't going back to prison. All right? How can we do different? How can we be different? And if you is still in the streets, because I understand we still in the streets. Be smart, man. You know, get your lawyer paid for. You know, don't play with these people. You know what to do. Stay silent. You know.
So you
Yeah.
look, bro. Do this. Check this out. I'm holding. Check this out, man. My heart is racing. He talked, and I got a word out of that. He did what he did to survive. I'm feeling that because, and then I'm feeling it. I'm getting emotional because he learned how to be a man in prison. Why do black men have to learn how to be men behind bars?
Absolutely.
I lost my mom at I lost my mom at cancer. Look what he just talked about. Mother being sick. So we're being prosecuted for surviving. We ain't making no excuses.
No.
But we're being prosecuted for knowing how to survive. Trying to survive. Learn how to be a man in prison.
Hey, but you know what's so crazy? I say I learned how to be a man in prison, but you got dudes who go to prison their whole lives and still doing the same thing. So it ain't just going to prison and learning how to be a man. It's doing what it takes, you know what I mean? Learning the lessons, you know what I'm saying? Learning from those lessons, you know what I'm saying? To you, goddamn, you know, I ain't sacrificing self for nobody else. Goddamn me, and that was key for me. And that's why I'm able to share and spread the same message. And that's what I'm about.
What I'm seeing right now and I'm feeling is your emotions coming forward, which is what we call undone.
Absolutely.
When you were able to just release in the manner that you are, it becomes a physical, a mental, and a spiritual thing. Everything just releasing and coming out the body. But what I'm really feeling and witnessing right now is that when you understood the value of who you are, you understood that your circumstances didn't define you.
Facts.
And that's when you were able to make a different choice.
Absolutely. That's right. Yeah. And with that, I learned not to let things stress me out. You know what I'm saying? Not the outside world. I was in prison. This is what I gotta go through. So I can't allow my mama going through this on the street or granny going through this on the street. Or you know your people, put your hands on your other people over here. I can't. It's out there. I'm in her. So I got these. This is who I got. And then
So that taught you what? You have to look in before you can look out.
Absolutely.
See, what the boys teach you, you locked in. And you have to somehow learn how to manage because you can't manage what's out on the outside. So before you went behind the boys, did you understand that? That's what you said.
didn't.
You understand?
And also, like, as a transition from coming from prison and being in that state where you locked in, you know what you gotta do. You've been to the hole, you sat in the hole for the X amount of days, you know what's going on. Now you tunnel vision. You know that's what prison is. Prison is a tunnel vision. So when you transition from the streets and you feel yourself slipping, you feel yourself going back into the old ways, tunnel vision, go back to the hole. Now damn, go back to your cell, lock in. Now damn me, this is what you gotta do to persevere. That's my message.
Raise your hand, everyone, if you have sisters and brothers in your family. Raise your hand if you got other sisters and brothers. Are you closer to each other than you are to your own blood sisters and brothers now because it's more relatable to the experiences of what you've been through?
I am.
Like for like our siblings and our brothers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can speak on that. I mean, how I feel like as far as like, yeah, I got sisters and brothers. I do. But as far as like the bros, like man, this, like we had though, you hear me, at the end of the day. Like any situation we got into, know what I mean? They knew about the bros, you hear me? Like I ain't gonna fake with you, like no cap. But it's like at the same time, it's like it's the love that we got for each other though, you hear me? Like at the same time, how you can say like you genuinely love somebody, like it ain't you ain't got to worry about no back door or nothing. Like nah, like everybody know your own lane. You hear me? We can call one another, and one another will be there. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I get like that's how I am. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like for as like
Oh, sure, by all means.
Your why. Share your why.
my why about what?
Your why is to why you did what you did.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I was 16 when I caught my case. Got out when I was 28. I mean, when I was 16, it's just I was just just joyriding outside and say type shit. Like like that was just me for real. You hear me? And it was to the point where it's like a situation happened. You know what I mean? We wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't no conscious decision. We just doing something 'cause we was young. You hear me? We was young. You know what I mean? But one thing I can say about as far as like prison, what it did to me, right? Like it helped strengthen my mind though. Like it helped doing that 12 and a half years, it let me know like the thing I did when I was young, like man, that was foolish, you hear me? Like that wasn't nah, cause now I've been to college and all that. I learned so much to the point to where it's like nah, we can get out so many other ways, you hear me? Why this? You hear me? That's just speaking to the youth. Like it's so many different ways. Like everybody got their own thing going legit. And for like I feel like that's what strengthens me the most. And for like me losing people that's in jail, like that's for it's like during my whole 12 and a half years, like I lost so many people to the point where it's like them are knockers right there. Like them right there, like them people that mean something to you. Like my little brother, like that means something to you. Like your right hand, you hear about a murder, like that changed your life right there. You hear me? That like that would change me to be the person I am now. You know what I mean? Like man, say what you want to say. You hear me? Like I mean, I'm finna do me. I know where I'm going at. You hear me?
Anybody else want to answer that to the why?
Uh, my why, I was stupid. I, I ain't even I ain't care for real. Like I felt like I was untouchable. I had been doing so much stuff to where I didn't get caught doing it for real. Or the stuff that I got caught doing, it was petty, and I sit in the county jail for 10 days, the longest 30 day shot. So I'm not knowing what it's really like to be away from my family. I'm out here doing what I'm doing, and I'm like, every time I get caught, it's a slap on the wrist, or I don't get caught doing it. So all right, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But once I sat in there and I was like, oh man, like I ain't going home no time soon. Like I've been here 7 months and ain't nothing still going on. Like once I started doing that, I still was like, man, I can't do this no more. This over with. But it still was a mindset though, to where when I was doing that time for the like most of my time for the 6 years, I still was moving in the same mindset though. Even though I was saying I'm never coming back to prison, I ain't doing this no more, I ain't doing this and that. But I'm still in her sneaking, getting high. I'm still in her trying to sell stuff to people. I'm still in her, ducking the guards, and I'm finna smoke and spray some stuff in my cell so they don't smell it.
15.
15.
Look
But
at it like that. I'm looking at it like when we was in there doing that stuff, man. Like we was in there surviving, man. We was in there getting through time. Like
yeah,
jail was like the new streets, like that. We was all locked in, and the home was jail. So I don't give a fuck what we're talking about. We was in our thug.
yeah.
It was
How do you feel when you hear people say jail is the new slavery?
jail. It most definitely is.
Yeah.
But you get your wake up call. Like we got an understanding of what really went on and everything else in the end. But I'm saying like at the time when you learn, you locked in. You know you ain't finna come on 8 years, 10 years. Man, you better get comfortable. What the fuck you sitting here crying about? What did you whining about this bitch for? What did you tripping off this lady for? What did you, man, listen, when you go see the boy? Man, quit playing with me, bro. Go eat. Go lay down.
And
Go
that
eat.
and
Go
that
work
stuff
out.
that stuff
This
make a
is
difference
what's
for
going
real.
on. This is your everyday life. You can't. You sit here crying about some time, and when you actually go home, everybody miss their family. You just gotta get with the program and get locked in.
So my brother said he had to disconnect for the love that he had for his family on the outside, and that's the reason why I asked you all how you feel about your sisters and brothers now coming out, and because I see my brother, it seems as if like he like really still very very close to those he was locked up with, and I am not gonna lie, sometimes I feel a little sad, I feel a little jealous, like look like my brother more down for those he got locked up with than me, and I was trying to hold him down while he was in there. And I didn't understand that, so I really wanted somebody to answer that for me because that's part of my healing.
One thing I say about that is, I'm gonna let him go,
Okay.
but he don't know you no more. I don't know you. Like I could talk to my mama every single day. This is the lady that raised me. I talk to her every single day on the phone for 20 minutes. I don't know you when I get out of here. But I know him. This been my next door neighbor for the last 5 years. Every single day.
You don't know because you on the phone for 20 minutes. And she out there for the rest of the 24 to change.
Exactly.
And you gotta understand.
I mean, just to speak more like about what you said, like as far as like having that bond still, like I still got a few close bonds. Matter of fact, that was the call I just got. You know what I'm saying? Russell Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know on Russell. You know what I'm saying? My close friend Carlos Jackson that I grew up with. One of them got 40. You know, Russell got life. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got locked up. They was 17. We all was in the same predicament. You know, and it is a wake up call because it's like now I'm on the other side because I did so much time with him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you said, you know, we did all that time and going through years but it's like it's that wake up call when they call us to leave because we always had a date. You know what I'm saying? So it's like yeah, like anytime I get that call, yeah, I do feel that sense of like, you know what I'm saying, when I answer it, like, dang, I'm explaining about what I did and what I did, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, man, I'm steady hearing yeah, man, you know, I'm finna get, and it's like, it bothers me sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But it also keeps me humble too, because as everything that we were saying in our case, that I realized that when we all was young, like, these cases happen within a split second, probably 3 to 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Like, that can rearrange your whole life, you know what I'm saying? And that comes from us not being in control of our emotions back then, you know what I'm saying? We were kids, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of violence and stuff happen now. It's all about a pride, an ego thing, you know what I'm saying? And I think with all us going through those years, we all went through our phases of fight, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the world bigger than that now. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than that, and I think it's a duty to all of us to reach back to the young. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't had that when we was growing up. I wish I had somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come and tell me like, man, you know what I'm saying? Your choices that you making. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, thug, and that last thing I was thinking about was jail. Like I used to hear about it, but I ain't. You know what I'm saying? It.
That's why I was asking you all your why, because your why is your history.
Right.
So when you all are talking to you, who may be trying to find themselves, you have to start with finding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know who you are, you end up anywhere.
Yeah.
And so that path, and you all are pushing this theme about survival.
Right.
And so that's dangerous. And that's why I'm asking the why, because the essence, there's two fundamental questions that stem from the why that I want every black man to understand that you have to answer, in my opinion. First is, who am I? And what is the meaning of my life? Because if you wake up every day and you feel you have a meaningless life because you're surviving, you're getting by, you feel lost, people gonna define it for you. And in the conditions we grew up in, you're gonna be defined by the streets that you live in. We're gonna be defined by JB or the West Side because those are the conditions. So that's why I want you all to really dig deep to that why. That who am I? How did I get here? And what you said is split seconds. But what we know, things don't happen in this second. If things happen, you're not paying attention to. They lead up to it. And like you said, you took the grant, 30 days. Okay, that didn't just happen when you got that bid for another year. It was building. So I'm not sure I'm looking at why, because it didn't happen. And if you can't identify that why, it will repeat itself. You got to go a little bit deeper. My nephew got a 25-year bid, no parole. He's gonna die in prison. Off of these streets right here. 25-year bid, no chance of parole.
See, my why I was lost. You know what I'm saying? Like I was young. I caught my case when I was 19. Came home when I was 28. I just came home January 20. You know what I'm saying? He's my brother. I'd have been in the pot with all these. You know what I'm saying? Broke shoes down with 8 pieces. You know what I'm saying? I still owe him $5 when we was like. I ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So to Dr. Buckingham's point, what is your why?
My why? All right. I graduated high school, you know what I'm saying? And I got accepted to Missouri State. You know what I'm saying? I grew up playing sports and all that, but I didn't go to school for playing sports and all that. I played baseball in high school, but I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But me just always want to be in the streets for real. Grew up in that neighborhood, always seeing my brothers do this, my cousins do that, looking up to somebody. Not having a father figure for real, to be honest. Growing up a single mother. I'm the only child on my mother's side, but my father has a lot of kids. I don't even know all my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So it's being in St. Louis, so you know you grew up in that environment, you get used to it. So it's the lifestyle you choose.
I had a question I wanted to ask, and I guess everybody could go around with it, but I just wanted to know what was the hardest challenge for you getting out of prison? Like, once you got out, because I know for me, it was females. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was I was so determined when I got out. I'm gonna be focused. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing that. And I started my company, and I was on Facebook and TikTok, and I'm putting my videos out there. But my focus is really like I'm chasing the females. Like, I could be doing so much more in my company. I supposed to been had my hoodies and shirts together. I'm supposed to been had this done, but instead I'm on Facebook or TikTok and I'm scrolling. I ain't. Oh, I'm trying to do this.
So you posting the pictures too. You just shirt off and muscle down.
They gotta see that. What I do all that for? That's I told somebody though. One of my guys, Chris, he's still locked up. I told him. He said, "Man, you gonna have to when some female asks you to lift her refrigerator or her couch or something like that. Man, these muscles ain't for lifting no furniture. These for lifting ladies. I ain't on all that. Like this a look. This ain't no."
What I find interesting about your question is that you didn't say what made it hard for you to go in, but what made it hard for you to come out. And I think that that's really interesting because it's easy to go into jail. He just said it, 3 seconds, 3 seconds of a choice, the wrong choice, wrong decision, you going in. But it's a lifetime of coming out because sometimes even once you come out physically, you still locked up mentally. So I think your question is amazing.
I had my biggest.
What's your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge was learning patience. I was just moving so fast. Like just fast, moving fast. I'm on this, I'm on that. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and that just everything that was going up came down because I was just moving too fast and slowing down and being able to see like, all right, now I'm still here. I get a chance to be able to, do everything right.
What slowed you down?
With patience. Things just coming down, like a lot of stuff crashing because I'm moving too fast. I'm trying to get straight to it, like race to it, like it's a race, but it really ain't no race. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my problem, thinking like I need to get to it right now. Like I need it right now. I got to get to it. I got to get this money. Got to do this. Got to put this fit on. Got to do this. Go there. Be here. Over here. So that was my problem, and it was all bad for me. It ain't get me nowhere. As fast as I'm moving, I got nowhere.
So check this out. Was that also the same thing, moving real fast, is what got you in?
Facts. Yes,
moving
ma'am.
fast.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So what
Yes,
I and
yes,
the
ma'am.
reason I want to point that out is because that's where the healing piece comes in. So I'm glad that you discovered that you was moving fast in the beginning that got you in. Was also causing you to fall is now being out moving fast. But that's where the healing comes in. Dr. Buckingham, what would you say to that right now? Is there something that he can do to really kind of bring down that anxiety and help him to stop, breathe, and think? That's what we teach at Ungun Institute. We want you to stop, breathe, and think before you just keep reacting. Because a reaction doesn't allow you to take the time out to self-care to stop, breathe, and think. But if you do that, you will have a response. You've actually taken the time to think about what it is I really need to do, what comes first, what's valuable to me, what could possibly get me back into a situation I won't be able to get out of, or how can I continue to benefit from this. That's where that thinking piece come in. Don't be afraid to say no, because it sounds like you say yes to a lot of people. You're not a yes man, but it sounds like you try to be Superman and saying yes to helping a lot of people out. Sometimes you have to say no so you can help yourself out first.
Big facts.
What's the question? What was the question?
What I would say to you all is you basically you can't address what you don't understand. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna always take people there. Psychology 101. Think, feel, do. It always starts with your thinking, because if you, most of us, when you ask a person, just if I do it now, if I say, so tell me how you feel, most people, or tell me how you feel, most people start with how they think. They'll tell you what they were thinking, but we rarely ever black men describe how we feel. But what actually dominates us in terms of to make us move is what we feel, but right beneath that is thoughts. And so the problem is we don't identify the thought quick enough before we move. And that's psychology. Everything you do starts right here. That's why I'm asking you to explore your why. If you don't understand why you moving so fast, and you say I'm moving so fast because I want it here and now, but then beneath the why I want it here and now, what is beneath that? Is I'm afraid that I'm not gonna get it. So there's something beneath that you have to identify why I'm moving that fast. And it could be on the surface, I'm moving this fast because I got to get this money. Well, I got it. Right. And need that what now? Right.
I've been jumping over hurdles.
Right.
I've been going through this, going through that. I feel like I deserve it. I need it.
You went so
Right.
long without it.
Right. Right. That immediate gratification.
That's where my impatience was within that situation. But now I'm just going through all of that.
But what you just say, you want it now because you've been denied. See, the denied for what I've not been getting is what I have to address that makes you want to get it. Because what you just said, I deserve it because I've not had it. And so, okay. Okay. So when I say deny, meaning you didn't get what you needed because you're saying you keep chasing it. So something's missing for you keep moving. Okay. Okay. And so
It's on you to get to it, because you can get whatever you want.
but you're moving. But my point is, I'm teaching you how to bag it up, because you now have to ask, why am I not getting to it? Because you're not getting to it, and you keep moving fast, and you keep saying, I think I can get to it if I move faster.
You move fast when it's a lot of things that have to be done. You moving fast. It's a lot of things that's not going to be done.
Right.
So if I can move back, stop, take a step back, take my time, and do things.
And develop a what?
Professionally.
Develop what?
Perfect planning prevents
a strategy. So that you got to pause. You don't just pause, but you plan how you're going to move before you move. So you have to keep the strategy. And so part of what this process is understanding, what do I need to get to where I need to get? That's what I'm trying to back you to, because a rocking chair moves, but it's rocking, but it never moves. And so sometimes people are moving like a rocking chair, going back and forth, but are not making progress. And so part of this is, what do I need? How do I'm going to get there? What's preventing me from getting there? And so you got to answer all those questions. You got to back it up. That's what I'm telling you. That's your process. You start with a process. If you don't start with a process, you won't get to your end point. So that's one that you like you and literally I tell you write it down. Like, what do I want to get to and how am I going to get there? What am I missing that prevents me from getting there? And what do I need to help me get there? So I need you to learn that process. I'm telling you, coming from these streets, I figured that out to be able to, get to where I need. That instant gratification is critical for a lot of us, right? I mean, brother talking about survival. I'm saying that instant gratification, I gotta get it. Gotta get it. And these streets condition you to be like real easy, real easy. And the quickest way to get it in the streets, specifically growing up in the neighborhoods we grew up in, is the hustle. Because everywhere you look, everywhere I look growing up, I didn't see no doctors, no lawyers, no nothing. I see drug dealers, ballers, and hugglers and thugs. And they move what? Fast.
What's your name again? Levi. So that's what I was talking about with that yes piece. You saying yes to so many things because you so stretching yourself. But I want you to now start
I feel like the challenges I had when I was coming out, man, that I was just enjoying myself too much. That was like, man, like I ain't had no job for like 3 months, and I came home with a little couple dollars, and I was just all just kicking it. I already knew what it was gonna be like. Shit, man, I already knew.
So you saying after you got out, that was you kind of went back to the same thing.
Now I already knew, like before I got locked up, beforehand, like I knew I knew how to enjoy myself without doing nothing wrong for real. You know what I mean? So I already knew what it was gonna be like. Just getting out here, just enjoying yourself, and just staying out the way. You know. But but you still need that type of discipline for us, that job, that time for everything though. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be out here just waking up. You ain't got nothing going on, whatever it is.
All right, we about to wrap it up. I want to finish it off though. I want to ask everybody. I'm gonna go around. I'll kick it off though. I want to know like, what's the worst moment from prison, and then like the best moment that you can think of while you was in prison. And for me, the worst moment was 2020. I was smoking some K2 and almost died. I think I overdosed or something happened. I woke up, I threw up everywhere. Woke up, they was pouring water in my mouth. It felt like I was drowning. I didn't know what was going on. That was like that was the worst thing ever. I thought I was finna die. And the best moment, I think everybody that's here, they was there for the best moment. I used to battle rap too, and it was a big battle that went on, and it felt so good. It was like, man, it was like 100 people out there on the yard, and it was like they all here for me and him. And once it was over and I did what I do, it was like, hey, they cheering for me. That was like the best feeling ever. So that's for me. And when you let them know, if you want to tell them the worst and best thing, you can tell them. If not, let them know where they can find you at on social media if you want to know that. Kick it off with Be Nasty. Since I left Be Nasty out in the beginning, I got to kick it off with Be Nasty.
Be Nasty. To the world, man. That's a name I acquired in prison. Be Nasty. It was given to me by one of my old head partners. He dead now, but when you're in prison, people like saying it's very stigmatized that what you see in movies they all gay, they all gay. But no, it's some real solid dudes behind that wall. I mean, we like to jack off. So he had this. My old head partner used to say he had this book that I would refer to go to, but it was like, damn, you come to get this book every other day. Damn, man. I got some problems, man. I'm going through, man. You know what I'm saying? So he nicknamed me Be Nasty. It stuck. The guys heard it. It stuck.
So is this the worst or the best thing that ever
No. Oh, see, I was explaining to the people why it was Be Nasty. Anyway, people need to know. Yeah, but the worst thing that ever happened to me in prison.
We got shout out to Born Gotti too.
Yeah, shout out to my
Born
man.
was here, too.
Yeah, original member. But I think the worst thing happened to me was 2020. I lost my grandma when I was in prison to COVID. She was the last person to come see me when I was in prison. Last visit I had, I think that was the most trauma I faced while I was in prison. And the best thing that ever happened to me, shit, knowledge. And then we finding self, understanding self. I think that was the best way I could put it. Understanding self and understanding in itself. Um, knowing I ain't always right, taking accountability for my actions. I'm fine.
What's the question? Best and worst?
What's the worst thing?
Kind of long winded.
If you want them to know your social media or whatever.
Ah,
Hit me up. Excuse me. Facebook, man. Facebook, Free the Guys Vine. On Instagram, I'm him too. That's TOO. I'm him too.
yeah, hey, my name Dre. Like I said, you catch me in traffic for real. You can speak. I'm approachable. But as far as far as my worst thing in prison, I mean, I think I would say the same, man. I lost a best friend. I mean, I think that'll probably be all our worst because I mean we all done lost somebody in there. You know what I'm saying? Which is it's the worst feeling. Uh, actually going through it again once you come home too, because you got to relive it. Like, dang, what that person is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that it hits you again. But as far as the best thing, the positive that I got out of prison, just certain people that I met, uh that elevated my way of thinking. I feel like I always surrounded myself around, you know what I'm saying, the right people I can learn from, people I can you know what I'm saying, learn with. But as far as the best thing, you know what I'm saying, I'm happy I met all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? We don't fall, we don't have our ups and downs, we done stuck together though. So that's my positive moment up out of that, the brotherhood that I got here.
Hey, the best moment it is though, my man just said he approachable. Hey, 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 I love that right there. He said he said he approachable.
Dre is approachable. I'm gonna say, what was
Said
the
in
question?
traffic
Best,
though.
yeah,
He said
worst
I'm
and best.
approachable in
Worst and
traffic.
best thing.
I'm gonna say for us like the worst thing. Same thing is I'm gonna say as far as like the worst thing, the same thing Dre Ryan said for real. It's like man losing that person. You know what I mean? Like me losing my little brother. You're like my right hand man. You're like as far as like you greet each other from babies on up. As far as like you losing that person right when you finna get out. Like that's the worst feeling that could ever happen there. But one thing I'm gonna say is that it actually changed my mind state. Like it changed the whole way I think as far as like, like yeah, I know what I can do, you know what I mean? But let me try this real quick, you hear me? I mean, like it's just shifted my mind the whole bunch of future whole lot of places. I've been to college and all that now. So it's to the point where it's like, but you know what I mean, as far as like the greatest thing I could say is like same thing they said, man. It's like I know during my whole 12 and a half years, like man, I had the guys though, like we always stood firm for each other, Can't nobody say nothing bad about us. I mean, we always been ourselves. Everybody been a leader, you know what I mean? We don't try to follow the next person's footsteps or what or that credit. We don't be on that, doing us.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say the best and worst moments is like you gonna lose. One thing about jail is the easiest thing to do is the only thing to do is just take care of yourself. Just because you in jail don't mean you coming out of jail. You hear me? And I don't care how much time you got. Like Dad said, he almost died. You know how many it was a lot of guys that OD that we didn't even see that don't even want people even knowing that OD that we just trying to didn't even make it out. They had outdates. You know what I'm saying? So just because you in jail don't mean you coming home. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard it is for Quantity to come home. He stayed lose outdates. I mean, I lost outdates. Everybody lost outdates. Like for real, like we supposed to. His family expected him to come home. Goddamn me on the 20th. He got. I don't make that fault. That's a sad day. You got to call your people and tell them you ain't finna come home, and they expect you to come home on this day. For another 90 days, we had everything for you. Wait. You know what I'm saying? That's a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, but at the end, like we had a lot of fun. There's so many good memories we had with each other, like Joan and laughing, like our spirit. We stayed, like I don't know. It's a lot of stuff from we got a basketball team. Like we had like the best basketball, the best worst basketball team. Like
Won a few rings.
yeah, we won the cup rings and everything. Like I came my own team, like free the guys, like man, they jumped off their team, like man, you suck. We finna come over. We finna come over to your team, self-made. Because you only came because you wanted more clock. Because he get into it with his people. But we had a lot of good moments in there and it got the good memories though. So that's all. I just like you said, it was like that's why we said free the guys because we cried with the guys, we had fun with the guys, and like when I say some of the guys ain't even here. They ain't making out of there. He probably OD from doing this, or he probably didn't had a heart attack, or you ain't guaranteed to make it out of there. So you just gotta take care of yourself and just hope you make it out. Yeah.
One of my worst times in prisons was honestly the same thing, like basically losing somebody that I love, somebody close to me. But besides that, being like everybody, normal, I say one of my worst times, they straight threw me in a hole, man. They put me in a suicide cell, bro. I'm already in the hole. I'm on a COD trade, bro. So I'm trying to stack my graham crackers, peanut butter, all this stuff, because I'm gonna be hungry. I want to save my food.
Yeah, it's real in that hole.
Man, we all came in there, they straight threw me in the suicide cell because I ain't want to get on my food. I'm like, y'all gonna mess with me, bro. I'm just trying to survive, bro. They took me out my cell and put me in the suicide cell. That was one of my worst times. It ain't break me down, but I was just hot about it. Like, that's how y'all gonna do me?
For real, though. For real. The suicide cell with the hands naked. They put the suicide cell. They put you in the room naked with a gown on.
Oh wow!
Man.
With a gown on.
And no food.
And no get caught.
Meal loaf.
How long?
I was over there for like 3-4 days.
You going there 160 pounds, you gonna go out we gonna leave out the hole, you gonna be like 120. They got a good weight.
I need the suicide hole.
Listen, if you want to lose some weight, go to the hole. Man, go to the hole.
Wow.
Get on my workout plan. I'll starve your ass. Man, I know that work. That's like you trying to have trouble losing weight.
Wow.
Boy, you know how we came out looking. 30 pieces of hole. Man, we ain't got no sun on us. We light.
Wow.
And we I swear man, but give us a month.
Man.
We're gonna come right back. A month. We got about 8 pieces, everything.
Oh my goodness.
But the whole time you in the hole, you thinking about what you got in your locker.
Facts.
Ooh, I know I got this.
It's been amazing talking to you all tonight.
I still got my best thing, my best memory in prison.
Oh yeah. Maybe he still got his best memory.
My best memory was getting certified in culinary arts.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was like one of my best memories.
Yeah.
Being able to cook all them different type of foods and different type of that was dope. I ain't gonna say that was fun, bro. And then after that, I ain't even using it, no man. I was just trying to get a parole date. I was trying to get out.
Yeah, that's Dash Talk for this week. Just wanted to bring the guys in, show y'all the ins and outs about prison, give y'all a little bit of that. Like I said, man, we here. And my guy Levi Ferrari, man, we downplayed it for real though. Like, dude, the up and coming rapper. He out here doing this thing. So yeah, go check him out, man. Levi Ferrari. And don't forget to go get your Dash Life gear, man. Go get you some Dash Life gear. Get you a hoodie or a t-shirt. And you can find me at Myron Dash Life McGee on Facebook, Dash Life McGee on Instagram, and Dash Life 91 on TikTok. Till then, I'll see y'all next week. Dash up and dash out.
What word?
Thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate y'all.
You got to do the guys in the end.